FYI, this is a consequential lifetime. You had to win the soul lottery to be here now.
Debbie Brady says, yeah, we've got to go through all this to get to the other side. Yeah, well, it is what it is, right? And we've done it before. We will do it again. It's not over till we're done evolving, and that can be painful. But we will have future lifetimes where we will choose just to have an easy life where we come in and we sail through and we have a lot of fun. We can do that too. It's just this particular one is at a moment of human evolution that's huge. And that's why all of us wanted to be here. And if you haven't heard me say this before, I'm going to say it again. We had to compete to get here. It was like a lottery. A lot of souls wanted to be here now because this is the time for the most expansive growth opportunities, right? So if you're here, that means you won the lottery to get here. And a lot of other souls didn't. So make the most of it. That's the important thing to keep in mind. Denise, the news is normalizing because they're making money off the chaos. Yeah. Well, and also because most of the news is owned by right-wing oligarchs, corporations. And it's really sad to see what has happened. But this too will change. And what that has done is that has spurred the growth of these online, like Midas Touch Network and others who have come up with independent media to get the truth out there to us. And even though you might feel they're trustworthy, I encourage you still to be discerning and check what they tell you, because remember that confirmation bias thing. So you hear it, it sounds like it's in alignment with your beliefs and you accept it. And then you find out later they got the story wrong, or maybe they deliberately did it. Who knows? But we have to be so careful right now to be sure that we really know the truth. And one of the angels said to me recently, which really was disturbing, what if both sides are lying? What if? Do we really know that one side is aligned with us? Or maybe we know a lot of the Dems are corporate owned. We can't totally trust them. I don't know if you can really trust anybody in politics. That's why we have to check. And everybody is going to spin the story to make their side look better. So again, we have to do the work and check. And of course, get the angels involved to help you to know what's true. Yeah, Debbie Brady, Earth School, it's a gift. Feeling it in gratitude. Every day here is a gift. We are learning and expanding so rapidly. And that will stand us in good stead in future lifetimes. Plus, the good work we're doing while we're here, because, you got to look at Gaia and the decimation that humans have done to her. So what we're doing to countermand that, to help her, that's vital. She's going to bounce back. She can take care of herself, but we got to get out of the way so that she can. So by us standing our ground and supporting Gaia, we're helping to give her that extra boost she needs to do the healing. It's all connected and it's all important. Here, you've thought about the fact that we may be being less misled from both sides makes community more imperative. Absolutely. That's why we need to stick together. Because if some of us suddenly discover that deception, then we can share it. Now, that doesn't mean we're right, but we can share it for your consideration. You can run it through your filters and see, how does it feel to you? Is it truth? Is it not truth? Does it change the way that you relate to the world? I do know that when you just look at it from the big picture, whether the Dems are misleading us, and I'm sure they are, it's still the better choice. It's like in politics, I don't think there ever is the best candidate. It's always the lesser of evils, because that's how politics is set up. It's set up so that it's really hard to do it and be an honest person, not taking kickbacks and not doing the favors, because they got to work together and make things happen. So for those purists who want to stand back and say, I'm only taking this one because they're the best, and if they're not, then I'm voting for nobody. Well, okay, great. That's a choice, but you're kind of screwing yourself that way. if we all always voted for the lesser of the evils, the best we had available, we would be moving the other way. We would be slowly getting better and better and better. But instead, we keep doing this stupid ping pong game of, okay, we did libs last time, and this time we're going to do the conservatives. It's crazy making because we don't make any progress. We just keep getting pulled back. So it's really time to end this nonsense. And truly, I think that's a big part of what 47 is doing. Without meaning to, of course. This is a bigger picture than what he's even aware of. He's destroying the foundation because we need to build a new one. So from that perspective, he's doing a good thing, even though it feels crappy and it's not going to be fun getting through it. But it needs to be deconstructed so it can be built right. Because, that ties into what the astrologers have been saying. We're revisiting that time of so many horrible things about this country, of the origins and what we did to the Native Americans and what we did during the Civil Rights era, these horrors that we perpetrated on others. That's part of that pattern. So if we wipe all that away and start with something fresh from the perspective of oneness, now we can really do something special and important. Maybe that's what they've got in mind. That would be really cool. So we can hold the highest and best, and we'll see what we get. Yeah, Share Spirit. Jamie seems like he is really one of the good ones. I hope it's true. He's got that wonderful energy. But, they all have to make deals behind closed doors to get things done. And sometimes they have to compromise for the greater good. And, once you go down that slippery slope, then it's easier to do more of it. Not that I'm saying Jamie's doing that. I'm just saying that's how politics works. And that needs to change. So, rebuilding that foundation, creating that brand new solid foundation on truth, love, and light. That will change our world in a big hurry. And that feels like it's, part of the bigger plan that's going on right now. Because how could we take this old corrupt system into Earthtopia? It's not congruent. So that makes more sense about what's going on, doesn't it? Aurora Blue, you've been thinking the same thing about the Dems. You asked your friend on Sunday if she thought they were playing you. Isn't that interesting? We should have known that because that's how it works. The angels take this little bit of information, wisdom, whatever, and they sprinkle it like cloud seeding so that many people get the message because they know only a few are actually going to do anything about it. And so here we are now trading information, which again is why it's important to talk about these things, finding out that several of us are getting that message. So yeah, fascinating.